Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. What's up?
Lessons. You can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish. Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
As Atlanta gets ready for the Super Bowl, thousands are worried about career criminals.
On Facebook, they call themselves Concerned Citizens United, a group of 5,000 people, mostly from Buckhead, who say gang-related crime in their neighborhoods is out of control, telling stories like this.
These criminals pull up to a wedding event, shoot a person that was at the wedding, and then go straight to Target and use their credit card.
Atlanta police say they're hard at work on the problem, bringing in resources from other parts of town, but these folks say that's not enough. They want Governor Brian Kemp to declare a state of emergency. Pete Combs, ABC News, Atlanta.
Google has been slapped with $56 million in fines over new privacy rules in France. The country says the problem centers on Google's search engine's advertising. There's a possible happy ending for a new documentary on a music festival that fell apart, as we get more from ABC's Jason Nathanson.
They're really hurtful.
Marianne Roll says she lost 50 grand of her life savings after she was hired to cater the disastrous fire festival in the Bahamas in 2017.
I had 10 persons working directly with me, just preparing food all day and all night, 24 hours.
Her story of being stiffed has since gone viral thanks to a Netflix documentary, and a GoFundMe page was set up to help her. To date, it's earned more than $100,000. She also got an apology from rapper Ja Rule. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the new 4-pack special. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and save 50% off the 4-pack, which includes 2 MyPillow premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's 1-800-635-1825. Or go to MyPillow.com, click the 4-pack special tab, and use promo code SKY at checkout.
Brian Clark, ABC News.
From the studios of WBONTV.com, here's what's happening. A man was arrested in Richmond for assault recently when officers responded to a complaint alleging he tried to stab someone last Friday. Officers arrived and witnessed Octavian Cador at the residence on West Main with a bloody hand, and a broken window was also observed in the area. Officers then spoke with Cador, and he allegedly admitted he was in a physical altercation with the victim. He was then taken to the hospital for treatment and was then booked in the Madison County Detention Center and charged with second-degree assault for domestic violence. A fire broke out in Junction City this morning, and crews remained on scene until almost lunchtime. The inferno was at a residence on White Oak Road, and the plunging temperatures led to difficulties when it came to fighting the fire. In honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, not only were schools out of session, and also will be tomorrow in Madison County due to lingering flu threats, but the annual breakfast in March took place. WBON-TV was there for the yearly events, and video and interviews can be seen up now on WBONTV.com. In the interview with Virgil Gardner from the Human Rights Commission for Richmond, he emphasized the importance of union and said all human beings are on the same page and no one should be looked down upon. Mount Vernon Fire Department updated their Facebook page saying they had just cleared this afternoon the scene of a commercial vehicle fire that occurred on I-75 southbound. Reports came in this morning regarding the collision between a tractor and a trailer that caused the fire on I-75 south at the 54-mile marker. The right lane was closed as a result due to the fire. Personnel from Mount Vernon and Broadhead Fire Departments responded, and cleanup still continues to be underway, so drivers are advised to be careful in the area throughout this afternoon. And a woman was found dead in Laurel County Sunday, leading to a death investigation. The incident occurred at a home on Fisherman Island Road, 7 miles south of London, where 72-year-old Glenda Smith was found dead outside of her vehicle. An autopsy is scheduled for today, but at the moment, deputies believe she may have fallen and hit her head, and it could be related to the weather. For more stories such as these, be sure to visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com.
Tonight on the Wallingford Sports Show, we are live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. What a fun show tonight, Samantha, because I get to talk about my Patriots. Kentucky got a big road win on the weekend. Nick Mayo scored 2,000 points. We got Berea girls basketball and the All-A Classic. It is a huge show live from the Delivery Center at Jack Burford Chevrolet. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
This is a special sports presentation of the Wallingford Broadcasting Company.
Sports fans, it's time for the Wallingford Sports Show. The Wallingford Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. And also brought to you in part by Jack Burford Chevrolet.
We'll do that. I'll
Patrick O'Neill, King Brothers Used Car, and Honcho. Now let's go live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet studios.
Here's your Cadillac.
The hottest sports topics around. Here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. What a fun show today, Samantha. And, you know, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to be excited about in the sports world, especially locally with everything that's going on. You know, we touched on it there in the little teaser that we do. Nick Mayo scoring 2,000 points as a Colonel. Only the 18th player in OVC history to do that. So we'll talk about that later on in the show as well.
We just had him on last week.
We did talk to him and
talk to him about
Coach
getting
Hamilton.
his 1,000th point, possibly getting the 2,000 points. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and he got it on his first shot of the game in Saturday's game versus
because we thought
SEMO.
he might get it on Thursday night.
No,
but he didn't.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he was close. He got halfway there on Thursday night. Got it there in the first bucket on Saturday night. So, but you know, it's been a fun week. Looking back through the week, you know, Kentucky had a big win versus Auburn on the road, and you know, Berea's girls coming home with the All-A Classic championship.
Yes.
Model was in the All-A Classic championship game in the 11th region, lost to LCA. So, kind of cool to have all these kind of local stories tie into some of these bigger stories that are going on around the sports world, and none bigger than we are now set for the biggest game of the year in the NFL. 2 weeks away from yesterday, we'll have the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. And
I said last year I liked the Rams, that I really liked their chances. I know they're a really young team.
They are.
And you know what I'm most
young
excited?
coach, too.
Yes. He is 8 years younger than Brady.
Yeah, he's a baby.
It's a little weird.
He's just a little bit older than I am.
Yeah. They're young across the board, and I'm really excited for them. Of course, I have to pull for the Rams just because you're going for the Patriots. But
now, what would make you think that I'd be pulling for New England?
It could be your jacket.
Oh, what about my Tom Brady little
same jacket you wore last Monday night on the show?
Look at this. Oh, yeah, how awesome is that?
Is that a bobblehead?
It's called a Funko. I don't know nothing about them. I know they're kind of the craze right now.
Are you sleeping with it under your pillow? What's happening?
I am not.
No.
Doing that. I just got it today, so I'm not really had time to kind of.
If it was one for Giselle, you would be putting it under your pillow.
Yeah, it'd be a little uncomfortable, but you know, still. But look at this game. I mean, what an amazing day it was yesterday for NFL fans.
2 crazy games.
2 games going to overtime. First time ever that's happened that there's 2 overtime games in the same day in the NFL postseason history. And the Patriots-Chiefs games, CBS said that the game got 53.9 million viewers yesterday. More than twice as many viewers as the Academy Awards last year, and 3 times as many viewers as the most watched World Series and NBA Finals games last year.
Yeah, that's stunning numbers. And that's big numbers because, as we know, and we've talked about on the show before, NFL ratings haven't, and their viewership hasn't been high. This season, last season especially.
This is why I think New England being what they are is good for the NFL. People hate New England.
Yes.
Everybody yesterday was either a Patriots fan or a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
There was...
Well, you're either a Patriots fan or you like everybody else.
Everybody else,
and they're probably going to root for all these other people other than Tom Brady. Because he's got enough rings.
And no, he's never got enough rings. 9. He's going to his 9th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's incredible.
He is amazing. And with 2 minutes left of the game, no, I don't think anyone thought they're not going to score.
Yeah. No, seriously, one of my friends texted me.
If you hate Brady, you're not going to say that.
One of my friends texted me and said, well, too much time left on the clock. Of course they're going to win now. Congratulate. He was already congratulating me before we even scored.
Yes, and then when we all thought it was over with the interception.
Yeah, the offsides call.
There were so many things that happened.
It was such an emotional roller coaster last night. So me and John Bentley, the Estill County's basketball coach, were watching the game, having fun. We were up and down, we got a 14-0 lead at halftime. We're dominating. But we still did not feel comfortable. And I told him, I'm like, listen,
there's a long time left.
There's a long way to go. We got a long way to go. And this Chiefs team, they looked bad in the first half, but we still knew they would get it together. And they didn't really have the chance to really get it together in the first half because New England held the ball for so long.
Yes.
But listen to this stat, okay? AFC quarterbacks that have gone to the Super Bowl since 2001. Okay, this is from Will Brinson on Twitter. Since 2001, these quarterbacks have played in the NFL. Brady, Rich Gannon in 02, 03, 04, Brady, 05, Ben Roethlisberger, 06, Peyton Manning, 07, Big Ben, 08, Peyton Manning, 09, Big Ben, 2010, Tom Brady, 11, Peyton Manning, 12, Brady, 13, Manning, and in the last 3 years, Brady. So, I mean, it's a lot of the same names on there.
It is.
But the most consistent name in that is Tom Brady.
And Ben, Big Ben.
Yeah, Ben's been in there
4
three times, I believe. See, Ben 1, 2, 3. Peyton Manning 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times for Peyton Manning. It never gets old as a Patriots fan. It never gets old.
It's kind of like UK and basketball.
That is how. Okay, so one of my best friends is a huge Duke fan. He texted me last night and said, as a fan, does it get old knowing that your team is going to be there every single year? And I said, no.
No,
we don't know. But we know they're going to compete every single year. They're going to have a shot at it. This is the reason why it never gets old, because the games, New England never blows anybody out. They never blow anybody out. It's always a grind. Mm-hmm. Last year, we had to come from behind to beat the Jaguars to get to the Super Bowl. This year, we're going back and forth to get to the Super Bowl now with the Chiefs yesterday. I mean, just a wave of emotion, and that's why it never gets old, because the games are so much fun to watch, and we just love our team.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the anger and the disdain that goes to fans that don't like New England. It's like people that don't like Kentucky or don't like Duke or don't like the Golden State Warriors. That's me. I don't like Golden State. I don't like Duke because they're good every single year.
Well, then you shouldn't like the Patriots.
No, but this is why I understand what they're saying.
All right, gotcha.
Because you get tired of seeing the same team, but when it's your team, it's not the case.
That's right.
It's so much fun being a part of this.
Us hating Duke, but not UK.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. Okay, I'm just going to lay it on the line. What I don't like is that overtime rule.
I was just getting ready to touch on that. So
I do not like that at all.
First
it should
of all,
not be based on the flip of a coin. Who gets, especially in a game like that, you're going to the Super Bowl because you scored first.
Yeah, Austin, we good? We're good. Austin's over here, our producer on the TV side here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Look at a couple
you're good.
Yeah, look at a couple of stats real quick from those overtime games yesterday. Brady now is 3-0 in OT games in the playoffs. His opponents have not touched the ball in any of those wins. So in overtime, all 3 times that New England has played in an overtime game in the playoffs, they've got the ball first and they've scored.
And they scored.
They
were away, playing in that frigid temperature.
Which we're used to playing in cold weather. Boston's cold too.
But we talked even last week about they'd only won one other time in postseason somewhere away.
Yeah.
No matter who they were playing.
And talking about some overtime games as well with the Saints and the Rams yesterday. Since 2010, NFL teams who win the toss and receive in overtime in the playoffs are 7-1 in overtime. The only loss coming yesterday by the New Orleans Saints.
Now, here's my other gripe. Why can't they have replay when it's needed?
Yeah. The replay, I think the overtime is the biggest issue. Okay, if I'm a New England fan and the roles were reversed yesterday, if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs had won the toss, they take the football, they go down and score a touchdown. We're not stopping them.
Mad.
I would be so mad today at the NFL because of that rule.
Because of that overtime
Tom
rule.
Brady, who's the greatest of all time, did not get a chance to go down and at least tie the game. So if I'm a Chiefs fan, that is my biggest gripe today. Not that my team played bad, because
they don't do that in college and they don't do that in high school. We have been there for both games.
And I don't understand the rule why they cannot get it right. And I saw some of the bigger higher-ups in the media world that I follow on ESPN or Fox Sports, whatever the case may be. They were tweeting that in the NFL will never admit that their overtime rule is worse than college, and they will never change it because of their ego. They will never try to lower their standards to that of college football or high school football because of their ego. And the owners are the people that decide the rules. They all get together every single offseason. They decide the rules, and it's crazy that this rule is still in place. But thankfully, as a New England fan, we've been on the right side of it three times.
You were. But what about this pass
crazy.
interference call in the first game?
Yeah.
To end the game.
Listen, officiating across the board.
The referee he even called him and said, I was wrong.
Yeah, of course you were wrong. Everybody in America saw it.
There was pass interference.
Yeah, of course. Listen, officiating across the platform has been so bad in the NFL. They have been so bad. And there's been, I mean, and even in the New England game, controversial calls, some of them going our way, but all game long. I mean, the Chiefs players were holding the New England players. There was
and they missed it. They didn't catch it.
There was a roughing the passer call that did not get called against New England, and when they hit Patrick Mahomes in the head, that one didn't get called. And of course, late in the game on that game-winning drive, there's a roughing the passer.
Oh yeah.
That was called against the Chiefs, and they barely touched Brady. So
I even told while we were sitting in there watching the game when Gronk made that big call. He made the big play. Excuse me. I mean, of course, he made the first one. I don't understand how that ball did not touch him. When it bounced and totally missed it. Okay, that's another whole thing. But when Gronk made the big play, big catch, I'm telling you, it's crazy to think. I saw the one other player, and he came in and totally targeted his head. Yeah. And they missed that total, too.
We got some comments over on our Facebook Live feed. Barsha Honcho, who celebrated a birthday last week, so happy belated birthday, Barsha. Says nice jacket, by the way. She's not a big Patriots fan either. But Greg Hunter says that more Rams fans now than there ever has been.
Yeah.
And he can add him to the list. Should be the Patriots versus New Orleans. That blown pass interception was crazy.
Yeah.
And he said he feels like next year they will have some kind of review to obvious missed calls or coaches can challenge. And Tommy Van Winkle, watching over on our Facebook page, says, play out the whole overtime period. Sudden death is great. Sudden death in great matches is no good. And that's true.
We both agree.
I think you put 10 minutes on the clock, let them play it out. Whoever's ahead at the end of overtime is the winner of the game.
Could be. Or do it like in high school where they both get the ball.
At the 20.
Both teams get at the 20.
In college, too,
You know what? That would have been fantastic because both defenses were exhausted.
They were wore out, yeah.
You could tell.
And for different reasons.
Exhausted.
The Chiefs were exhausted because they had been on the field for so long.
Time. Yeah.
And New England's defense was so exhausted from having to chase Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins across the field the entire game. So, I tell you what, a great that's true. Barsha's brother James is a huge fan of New England.
And Gronk need to go in today and ask for a raise. Well, maybe wait till after the Super Bowl. But if Gronk,
they earned their money yesterday.
Man, when Gronk missed the first pass, I'm telling you, they're all talking like he's going to retire.
Yeah.
How awful would that have been if they lost the game because he didn't catch that ball? And he would have gone out like that.
We'll save our predictions for the Super Bowl next week. We'll let you know who we think might win the biggest game in the NFL.
We know who you think's going to win.
I think the Super Bowl will be very close. New England's games are always very close, so we'll see what happens in that game next week. So
what I'm excited about too is the Rams are bringing back their old jerseys.
Oh yeah, listen,
bright yellow and blue.
The Patriots started this dynasty versus the Rams in the greatest show on turf. If New England was to win this game, could it possibly be the end for Brady, Gronk, and the Bill Belichick Patriots? It'll be interesting. We'll see
what
happens.
Belichick wear his hoodie?
Yeah, of course.
Super Bowl hoodie.
Of course. It'll be a little bit warmer in Atlanta, but
that is
but
true.
Still, and inside the dome. So
that is true. He'll be warm, but he'll still look like a.
We'll have Austin pull up our Facebook poll for the sports show. Of course, we do a Facebook poll every single Monday, which is brought to you by the law office of Patrick O'Neill. And Patrick O'Neill is located in Breathitt County, but he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. If you need help with deeds and wills, workers' compensation, any kind of legal advice, call Patrick O'Neill at 606-666-2990. Our Facebook question today was, of the two games yesterday, which one was the most enjoyable to watch, the Saints versus the Rams or the Patriots versus the Chiefs? The winning vote was 59%. New England, Kansas City, 41% for the Saints versus the Rams. So that is the winner.
I said that last week, too. Yeah. I said that is going to be the
most,
game. I said that really should be the Super Bowl game, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it was.
And it turned out to be a great game.
So 59% select the Patriots versus the Chiefs as the winner of our law office of Patrick O'Neill Facebook poll. That phone number, once again, is 606-666-2990. Go ahead.
Now, you know about the Drake effect, right?
Yeah.
The Drake effect. Any team he gets behind.
Oh, he had all four teams down.
He had all four teams because
break the curse.
He's been a UK fan. Then he went to Duke, and then he had Alabama sweatshirt on for the national championship football game. Now, of course, he wore all 4 teams because he's trying to break
if he puts a New England hoodie on, I will never listen to another Drake song. So let's take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the UK basketball team and EKU. And then at 6:30, we're going to have the Berea Lady Pirates on to congratulate them and talk to them about the All-A Classic win they brought home this weekend. Back in a moment, live at the Delivery Center at Jack Burford Chevrolet. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
Entrepreneurs have passion and a lot of determination. They also know a trusted support team is essential for success. Your neighbors at Cumberland Valley National Bank know a lot about working with small business owners, offering a range of loan and leasing opportunities as you develop, build, and grow your company. Stop by your nearby CVNB branch office or visit cvnb.com and let's talk business. CVNB, helping turn plans into reality for more than a century.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
In Estill County, if you want more than just good pizza, you want great pizza, Steam Engine Pizza Pub in downtown Irvin is the place to go. At Steam Engine, everything on the menu is handmade with the highest quality ingredients. From pizza to subs to pasta to salads. You'll find Steam Engine Pizza Pub at 206 Main Street in Irvin. You can order carryout or delivery at 606-723-9787 or online at steamenginepizzapub.com. Steam Engine Pizza Pub, Estill County's first string pizza.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
Auto accidents happen to all of us, and it can be a very stressful time. Let Renfro's Collision make the repair process easier for you. They have the training and equipment to repair your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. You have the right to choose your repair facility, so why not choose the one who works for you and not the insurance company? Your family safety is our #1 concern. Renfro's Collision, 22 years of excellent service, and that's not by accident.
Linux of Richmond is your one-stop for truck and vehicle upgrades. Want to give your vehicle a makeover? Linux of Richmond has you covered. Along with our industrial leading bed liners, we also carry a full line of truck and vehicle accessories. This includes our Truck Gear brand bed covers, as well as WeatherTech accessories, gooseneck, fifth wheel, and bumper type hitches. We also provide vehicle undercoating and rust proofing. And don't forget about our many commercial and industrial applications, along with our Spartex flooring system as well. Check us out at 238 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
They're calling this the Delivery Center, Samantha, because they deliver you a new vehicle from here. They kind of get you signed up, get you taken care of here at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the bypass in Richmond, and do a good job of taking care of you. I was over here last week, got some new tires put on my car, had a bit of an issue, was able to bring the car back over here. They took good care of me, kept me updated on the issue that was going on, and they got us fixed up here at the service department at Jack Burford Chevrolet. And Samantha, I tell you what, we have had a busy week and a fun weekend of sports. Nick Mayo and the Colonels got a couple of big wins at home to kind of get them some OVC wins under their belt. And Mayo becomes the 18th player ever in OVC history to reach 2,000 points. And he does it as a Colonel. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to A.W. Hamilton as well. It is.
Big numbers. He was the nicest person that we spoke to last
and I saw his nickname was the main attraction, which that's what I've always went by. Growing up, that was my nickname. But they call him the main attraction, but the state Maine. So it's M-A-I-N-E. It's spelled different. So we can both have the nickname. So as long as we don't get that crossed up, me and Nick will be fine. But I think everybody around here, that's what I'm saying. I think everybody around here would probably want him to have that nickname more than myself. But he is a dandy of a ball player.
I love it. And he, like I said, He was so proper,
Yeah.
so polite to us, and just an all-around good guy. And Coach Hamilton said the same thing. He couldn't ask for a better player, better person, better teammate to his players. I mean, what a guy. And we couldn't be prouder for him, right? I mean, that's such an accomplishment.
What do you think about Kentucky? Big win for them over the weekend. Had a huge lead.
It was a
huge lead in the game versus
they kind
Auburn.
of got away from him.
Got away from them. I thought they had lost it. I thought with all the momentum that Auburn had, that Kentucky had given up another one on the road. But Auburn's a good team. And in the SEC, it's hard to go on the road and pick up big wins like that.
Yeah, that was a tough arena to play in.
Yeah.
So that win was gigantic because of the environment, because of how difficult. Now, Auburn's moved up to 15, I believe, in the polls this week, whereas Kentucky has moved down to, well, what is it, number 9? Number 8, something.
Yeah, I think we're in top 10.
10 in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, we're number 8 in the AP, number 9 in the coaches poll. There it is. That's why I write it down, because I get it messed up.
Yeah, and I think with the way that we're playing right now, I think Cal's starting to get this team lined out. Now, they've got some tough games coming up. We got Kansas coming up real close.
Mississippi State on Tuesday night.
Exactly. They're a ranked team as well.
Both at home.
So it's going to be a tough stretch for the Wildcats. If they can get through this stretch without any losses, it would be huge for this team because we still have 2 games versus Tennessee coming up.
Yeah, if we number 1.
And they deserve it. They are a very good basketball team.
It is kind of crazy because Tennessee, then Duke, Virginia, and then Gonzaga. So it's kind of switched things up. And Kansas has moved to number 9.
Yeah, and Michigan, who was number 1, I believe, or number 2.
At one time.
Yeah, they've fallen back down too. So it's interesting to see all these teams
flip-flopping.
And I mean, in college basketball,
we're going the right way.
Yeah, we are. We're going up. Everybody else is coming down, coming back down to earth a little
bit.
Which
Coach Cal said that from day one.
Yeah,
we're not where we're supposed to be. We will get there. This team. Here's the thing: when this team has big games the way they did, they rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Especially the starting 5.
They play, other than the Duke game, they play to the level of their competition.
Yes.
You know, Seton Hall, we probably should have beat them by 10 points.
Yes.
They beat us on the last second shot, or, you know, we had to have the last second shot, send it to overtime. We ended up losing that game on the neutral court floor. The Alabama game, we're 15 points better than Alabama. Yeah. But at Alabama, we played down to their competition. We lost that game. This team has played to their competition for the last few years now. No matter who Cal has had there, they've played down to the level of their competition, and that's hurt them. We'll see if they can correct that as the season goes along. Kansas is not the same Kansas team as Abuki's out for the season. They've got some young guys in there now, so they're not the same Kansas team that we're used to seeing. We will see how they do whenever they take on the Kentucky Wildcats.
True, and Auburn, in their behalf, they didn't have one of their big guys in there. Now, the other thing is what do you think about Kansas? Like you said, they have moved to number 9. It will be at UK. What are your thoughts on that? Because that's a big game.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Kentucky will win. Let me see how they look Tuesday, but as of right now, I would pick the Cats to win that game by 8 or 9 points. So we'll see what happens.
8 or 9?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
What? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now, here's my other thought to you. Did you notice during the game there was a lot of, I don't want to say yelling at their teammates, but Hero yelled at such and such.
You know,
Travis
I like that.
Travis yelled at someone else.
I like that. Hagen's said some bad stuff to Johnson. But, you know, they're holding each other accountable. And with these young guys, I like that because
But you don't think it's malicious? Like
no, I think it's all like, you know what, guys, we got to pick up our game.
Yeah.
Let's wake up, let's play ball, and let's get a big win. Yeah. So let's take another commercial break. When we come back, the Lady Pirates of Berea are in the house to talk about their big All-A Classic win over the weekend. Big win for them. Coach will be on, a couple of players as well to discuss that and their upcoming game in the All-A Classic as well. Back in a few moments here live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
Entrepreneurs have passion and a lot of determination. They also know a trusted support team is essential for success. Your neighbors at Cumberland Valley National Bank know a lot about working with small business owners, offering a range of loan and leasing opportunities as you develop, build, and grow your company. Stop by your nearby CVNB branch office or visit cvnb.com and let's talk business. CVNB, helping turn plans into reality for more than a century.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
In Estill County, if you want more than just good pizza, you want great pizza, Steam Engine Pizza Pub in downtown Irvin is the place to go. At Steam Engine, everything on the menu is handmade with the highest quality ingredients. From pizza to subs to pasta to salads. You'll find Steam Engine Pizza Pub at 206 Main Street in Irvin. You can order carryout or delivery at 606-723-9787 or online at steamenginepizzapub.com. Steam Engine Pizza Pub, Estill County's first string pizza.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
Auto accidents happen to all of us, and it can be a very stressful time. Let Renfro's Collision make the repair process easier for you. They have the training and equipment to repair your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. You have the right to choose your repair facility, so why not choose the one who works for you and not the insurance company? Your family safety is our #1 concern. Renfro's Collision, 22 years of excellent service, and that's not by accident.
Linux of Richmond is your one-stop for truck and vehicle upgrades. Want to give your vehicle a makeover? Linux of Richmond has you covered. Along with our industrial leading bed liners, we also carry a full line of truck and vehicle accessories. This includes our Truck Gear brand bed covers, as well as WeatherTech accessories, gooseneck, fifth wheel, and bumper type hitches. We also provide vehicle undercoating and rust proofing. And don't forget about our many commercial and industrial applications, along with our Spartex flooring system as well. Check us out at 238 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Here we go, back on the Wallingford Sports Show, live from the Delivery Center at Jack Burford Chevrolet. We are also served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Samantha Burford at Buffalo Wild Wings from now until next week. Over on Friday, we'll go over there and draw us a winner.
Yep.
So you got 2 weeks basically to get over there and get yourself signed up. We're going to be giving them 50 free wings away for your Super Bowl party from Buffalo Wild Wings. Get over there, tell your server to sign you up, and you can win 50 free wings for your Super Bowl party, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah. We've got an awesome guest lined up here for the show tonight. Coach Stepp, Adriana Beggs. Am I saying that right? Adrian Beggs and Maddie Stepp from the Berea Lady Pirates. Coach, first of all, congratulations on a huge win for your team and your program. And you all have had an amazing year this year. I think only 3 losses on the season.
Yeah, 4.
4 losses, and you guys have had a tremendous year. A couple of big wins in the district as well. And you guys just playing very good basketball this season.
Yeah, I mean, we felt like we would be much improved this year. I say I've been there. This is my 3rd season. First season, I think we won 9 games, graduated a couple really good seniors, but we were very young. Last year, I think it's 10-win season, and so we kind of felt like we would trend in the correct direction. But no, this is it kind of exceeded our expectations. I think to this point. To come in at this point with 18 wins is definitely exciting. With another 8 or 9 games to go, I think so.
Talk about the All-A Classic win for your team. Now, was that something? I know a lot of coaches will set a goal for your team before the season started. Was that something that you all talked about before the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a Class A team, especially in the 11th region, which is your Fayette County schools. You got Madison, you've got Franklin, you've got Scott. As an 11th region team. In a Class A school, you kind of set your sights every year on that All-A tournament because, on a rare occasion you might go out and compete on a bigger stage with with all the schools in the 11th region. But I think on an annual basis you got to kind of shoot for that All-A title, and so I mean that was something that we've been talking since I've gotten here. We've been talking about trying to go out and win that All-A, and that's a good starting point for us and. To have managed that now in just the 3rd season, I think that to have won it this year is 19 years since I think the last one.
Yeah, the 19th year, I think. But you guys have been in the All-A at least 5 times, I believe.
In program history?
In program history?
Yeah, that's correct. The last time was 2000. So, like I said, 2019 is the 19th year since or 18th year since they'd made it there. So yeah, we're definitely glad to kind of have the program back where we feel like it belongs. It's it's a very history storied program.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there. Had a lot of success. Under different coaches, had a lot of success. Greg Todd, of course, who's now the head coach at Moorhead, and Jerry Bingham, who's now our athletic director. Both guys had a lot of success there. And when I come in, it just kind of hit a lull in the program, and really felt like the talent was there.
Yeah, you've had some good girls come through and play for you all.
Yeah, sure, and it felt like the talent was there. The desire was there. Just kind of trying to get things back on track and do things the right way. And I really felt like we're really at this point way ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
I think we're done good there.
So tell us about this game that you guys had to get into the All-A Classic. Overtime game against Frankfurt. You almost fouled out. It's amazing on the free throw line how great you guys did. Tell us about that game.
Yeah, it was really exciting again to get to that point. That the game was down to the end, because it was talk about a roller coaster. We come in early in the game and had success in the first quarter, kind of jumped out 8 or 9 points, and then they came back in the second. Maddie got in a little foul trouble, and we kind of had to take her off the floor. And so as we took her off the floor, we sat and saw a 10-point lead kind of dissipate. And once the lead started creeping away, you're sitting there, her with 2 fouls, and saying, do we put her back in? Put her back in. And all I kept thinking was, hey, if we put her back in with 2 fouls and she picks up a 3rd foul in the last couple minutes, not only does she have a 3rd foul, but we gave the lead away, in the process. So once we got the last couple minutes of that half, we just kind of had to go with it.
It's a pretty wise decision.
Yeah.
Looking at it now, right?
Yeah.
That's why the coaches are trying to do what they do. I was
making the big bucks.
Yeah, and that's when you guys have a team like this. It's hard to not as deep as some of the bigger teams.
Sure.
Your talent crop is not as big as a Central or a Southern, but you've got a very good crop of players. And one thing I noticed about you all in the last couple of years is they're spread out. You guys have got a lot of young players. Now you've got some veteran players that have been through this process before. So talk about that and what you've seen as the development over the last few years.
Yeah, when I came in, we were pretty lean. I had a couple senior, Jordan Sanford, who is very celebrated.
All-time leading scorer, right?
All-time leading scorer at school, in the county.
Yeah.
Jordan was there, and we knew that we would kind of have a chance to be competitive early and to kind of get things going in the right direction. Another player, Alex Horn, my other senior that year, one of the leading rebounders in the history of the school. Both those guys were like 5-6-year starters. So we knew we'd get off to a decent, on the right foot, but the following year was the concern. So what we really started doing was building in the younger grades and kind of focusing on those 7th, 8th graders at the time. And I also had a sophomore at that time named Adrian Beggs, who's sitting beside me now. And her being 5'11" and very athletic, as a student both in the classroom and of the game, and I kind of felt like she would be a nice centerpiece for us moving, into that. So we kind of had Adrian and then youth. So like right now we're starting 3 freshmen, Adrian, a sophomore, Melissa Gosney, and then my first player off the bench, Chesney Lovin's 8th grader, second player off the bench, typically Isis Rogers, who had a huge moment in that district or in that All-A championship the other night, who's also a freshman, and then Mackenzie Howe, who's another freshman.
Wow!
So we're just right now we really get a lot of freshmen in our program.
Well, let's talk to Adrian, get her on here, and talk about her role now. You've been through it. You kind of see these younger players now. Talk about your role and what you've seen from these young players and how you feel as far as being the kind of the seniority now of the team.
My role really is partially trying to talk a lot on the court and off the court, just trying to make sure that I'm leading the team as best as I can because I am the only senior, and last year we also didn't have a senior at all. So I've been kind of trying to step up into that role and hopefully set future president for that.
Yeah.
So when Maddie gets older and she's going to be a big-time leader on the team, I think that all I want to do is make sure that she has the tools to do that. So.
Okay.
Very good. Who you want to go next?
Yeah, let's talk to Maddie.
The mic. I thought she was going to still keep going.
Well, we'll keep talking to both of them.
Yeah.
So Maddie, whenever you look at this team, does it put a little added pressure on you knowing that you're kin to the coach, your uncle?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you go home, he gives you a phone call and talks to you about the game, whether you did good or bad. So, yeah.
You can never get away from it.
No, it's always there.
But it's a positive thing.
Right.
Because he's only wanting the best for you, the school, the team, the whole shebang. Now, let's talk about the game on Wednesday. You guys play Wolf County, right?
Right.
Now, you guys have already beat them once.
Yes.
Right? And it was a very close game?
Yes.
Did you only beat them like by 2 points or something?
One, yeah.
By 1 point,
Yes.
okay.
They're from up there in my region. And Wolf County in the last few years has had a much better girls team. They've had a pretty good, consistent run of talent come through there. I actually played in the 14th region at Jackson City, another small school. So I know how difficult it is to consistently put a winner out there when you've got a smaller school like a Berea or a Model or a Jackson City. I graduated with 16 people up there. So I know when you've got the smaller school, it's much difficult to compete with the bigger schools. But y'all done a tremendous job this year. As Coach said, 18 wins, and still got 9, 10 games to go in the season, hopefully more.
Absolutely. How are you going to do it Wednesday? That's what I want to know.
That's what I was going to say.
How can you beat the same team twice?
Talk about that, like the matchup with them. You kind of know how they played that first game. Yeah. Will it be difficult to beat the same team twice in a year?
They have their best player back. She was out with a concussion, I think. And they played us a lot of zone last game, and we weren't really shooting as well as like we normally do. But I think now, like tournament time, we're really going to buckle down as like usually teams do. And I think we're getting to the point where like we're able to do that. Like we have the personnel to buckle down and win games.
Adrian, I want one more question for you. We'll pull you back on the mic here. When you are a team like Berea, you've struggled in the last few years to consistently put wins out there, but now this year, y'all having such an amazing season. As a senior, what has it been like trying to, and all teams kind of go through this when you have a down year, learning how to win? You hear that phrase a lot. What has it been like for you all learning how to win and maybe close out games or to kind of execute a late game situation where in years past it may not have been that way? What has it been like for you and the team going through this process?
A lot of the process is in learning how to win is a lot of times how are we going to play each team. It's not just...
Will that make a little closer to you?
It's not just always what we're doing the same every time. A lot of times it's how can we attack this team? How can we improve on what we just did? And I think each game we go out there with a different set of struggles, and we have to find some way to get past it. Just as we played Frankfurt, it was a very different game from Model.
Yeah.
We had to change our game plan and how we were going to defend them and how we were going to play them on offense. So I think a lot of times our wins are coming from just being able to adapt and then also being able to push through every quarter because, like you said, we are not the deepest team.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we are having to struggle past tired legs and hard work from the past game. So I think a lot of times it's working through the first, second, third, and fourth, and sometimes overtime.
Now, you guys typically go into district play as underdogs. How do you feel going in this year? I don't quite think everybody's saying that you're the underdog.
Now, from what I've heard, and we've talked to Coach Simmons, we've talked to Coach Cooksey, they've kind of labeled you all as the team to beat. So how does that feel, kind of having that now on your back as that team? How does that feel?
It feels really good. I think it's finally gone from, oh, it's just Berea to it's Berea.
I love that, yeah.
I like that.
I think it's great to walk in a gym and see people look at you and know that they're striving to beat you rather than us trying to beat them. I mean, obviously, both teams are trying to win, but if we step in there knowing that we can play the way that we know how to, hopefully we can come out with a win despite any odd times.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? We were talking about how they're not as deep, but it seems like a lot of our teams this season aren't, especially the girls' side, they're not as deep.
Teams that we cover,
The teams that we are covering aren't as deep this year.
Well, ladies and Coach, good luck this week. Rusty Williams says, "Go Pirates" over on our Facebook page. He's watching us tonight, so he says, "Go Pirates," and good luck.
We're
Congratulations,
so excited for you guys.
And we will have all of the Berea Lady Pirates games every game that they play in the LA Classic. You can listen to it live on 92.5 WEKY and 103.5 WKX. So every game of the LA Classic on those stations, and we will also be covering the championship games of the All-A Classic right here on WBONTV.com. Coach?
Yeah, I just appreciate you guys having us, and you guys have done pretty good by covering us and giving us this opportunity. So just want to throw that out there that sometimes people forget about us down in the southern part of the county down there. We're not part of the county school system, but we're still down there, and appreciate the coverage that you guys are giving us and recognizing what these guys have accomplished, because ultimately it's about these kids, and we'll make sure that they get the opportunity to kind of get some exposure and what will come out of their basketball career, whether it be college basketball or on in their education or what. I think that these experiences what makes a difference.
Well, I came over there this year during volleyball season and did a volleyball game from over there, and there's always been an issue as to where can we set up at. But I'll tell you what, that stage over there is a great place to set up and call a game. And every time we come over there and do a game, you guys always take care of us. So we appreciate that. Good luck this week, and congratulations once again on the big win. We look forward to covering you all, and maybe hopefully we're celebrating a state championship coming in next week and have y'all back on the show then.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you having us.
Good luck, guys. It's the Berea Lady Pirates. They will take on Wolf County on Wednesday in the first round of the All-A Classic State Tournament. We'll take one more commercial break. When we come back, Lori Tatum will come on and talk about the All-A Classic, the impact it has on Richmond, and so much more. Coming up live from the Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios, this is the Wallingford Sports Show.
Entrepreneurs have passion and a lot of determination. They also know a trusted support team is essential for success. Your neighbors at Cumberland Valley National Bank know a lot about working with small business owners, offering a range of loan and leasing opportunities as you develop, build, and grow your company. Stop by your nearby CVNB branch office or visit cvnb.com and let's talk business. CVNB, helping turn plans into reality for more than a century.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
In Estill County, if you want more than just good pizza, you want great pizza, Steam Engine Pizza Pub in downtown Irvin is the place to go. At Steam Engine, everything on the menu is handmade with the highest quality ingredients. From pizza to subs to pasta to salads. You'll find Steam Engine Pizza Pub at 206 Main Street in Irvin. You can order carryout or delivery at 606-723-9787 or online at steamenginepizzapub.com. Steam Engine Pizza Pub, Estill County's first string pizza.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
Auto accidents happen to all of us, and it can be a very stressful time. Let Renfro's Collision make the repair process easier for you. They have the training and equipment to repair your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. You have the right to choose your repair facility, so why not choose the one who works for you and not the insurance company? Your family safety is our #1 concern. Renfro's Collision, 22 years of excellent service, and that's not by accident.
Lennox of Richmond is your one-stop for truck and vehicle upgrades. Want to give your vehicle a makeover? Lennox of Richmond has you covered. Along with our industrial leading bed liners, we also carry a full line of truck and vehicle accessories. This includes our Truck Gear brand bed covers, as well as WeatherTech accessories, gooseneck, fifth wheel, and bumper type hitches. We also provide vehicle undercoating and rust proofing. And don't forget about our many commercial and industrial applications, along with our Spartex flooring system as well. Check us out at 238 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Here on the Wallingford Sports Show, Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford. We are served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Don't forget, 50 free wings. If you go over to Buffalo Wild Wings, get yourself signed up. The winner will win 50 free wings for you and your Super Bowl party, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. Going to be drawing that winner next week live on WBON TV. So make sure to get over there before the end of next week and get yourself registered. Samantha,
you know what time it is?
What? Valley Classic time?
All A
Yeah, I
Classic
know.
time.
Yeah.
He got it. I was throwing it on him. He
I
got
thought
it.
you were going to, I don't know. It's a busy time around
It's a
Richmond. that's for
Monday,
sure.
and you
Yeah.
were like, what time
Well, it's dark
is it?
outside still, and it's
I
been
know it.
snowing.
I know it. You
but-
did it, though.
Yeah.
You went with me.
Well, let's talk to Lori about the All A Classic.
Yeah.
And an awesome time for Richmond, awesome time for sports fans, and a great time for our local businesses to make some money as well.
Time that the All A Classic has been here in Richmond, and it is a huge week for all of us. Last year we sold over 38,000 tickets.
Wow.
So that's just tickets into the game. That's
Yeah.
not including players, coaches.
Right.
So there's so many people here, and it is wonderful for our whole economy.
Yeah, exactly.
Our
And
hotels are packed.
that's what
right
I was
now.
going to
Our
say. The hotels and the
restaurants are
restaurants,
packed.
yeah, it's busy every single night.
So the weather didn't affect it, thank goodness. It
No.
came this weekend. We're all good
Well,
this week.
As you know, we all grew up in Kentucky, and does weather affect sports in Kentucky?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Even during an ice storm, we made the All A happen.
Yeah.
So.
How long ago? Now, we know it was here last
Yes.
year, but it had been how many years since it had been here?
It had been away from us for 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize this, but it's not just All A basketball. Throughout the year, there will be other All A
events.
Events, yeah.
Yes. In September, we'll have All A golf and All A volleyball. And then in November, we'll have a scholarship competition. And then maybe, somewhere down the road, we'll have the softball and baseball as well, too.
Yeah.
and the
Okay,
soccer.
cool.
We would never be in the scholastic
No, I was going
part.
to say that too, but I'm glad you threw me under the bus with you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll throw us
Yeah.
both under there.
Well, let's talk about the amount of people that will be here. Do we have an idea that we're maybe expecting tourists? I know last year I think was around 30,000. I think that came into town. So
Sure.
talk about that number with
We're
us.
going to expect more than that this year. If you look at the folks that have won and the different people that are coming.
The teams, yeah.
We have some more people that are driving a little bit further distance, so that means more people for us. East KU did a really great survey last year where they took folks and did just a little quick tell us, what you spent, where you spent the night, and they calculated that it was over $2 million
Wow.
into our economy for the week, which is
That's
phenomenal.
incredible.
There's not another thing that we can do here in Richmond that will bring that much revenue in that short of a period.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to just go out in town to see if people would come out. Not a single person showed up. People actually left wherever I went to. So, yeah, I can't even drop that many people.
So we're not going to have the Michael Watkins
No,
Festival
that's what I'm
anytime
saying.
soon?
No, I mean,
No? Okay.
yeah, I even went back home to Breathitt County this weekend. Like coming back home, I texted some of my friends. Yeah, only one of them showed up. So, yeah, not as well liked as I thought it was. So, but I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. The All A Classic is fun, and basketball in Kentucky rules. I mean, we know that. We know about the Wildcats. We got some awesome smaller college teams: EKU, Morehead State,
And Nick Mayo
Murray
just getting his
State.
2000th
Yeah.
point. I mean, it's big right now, especially with the
Exactly.
Cats. The Cats, started out slow. It's gotten better. They're improving. EKU's improving. They're fun to watch.
And now with Berea
It's really
being,
cool.
we just talked to
Yeah,
them. That
exactly.
makes
We
the
got a
impact
local.
even cooler, or even more cool.
We like to tell people it's an $8 ticket. You get to see 4 games, which is very economical. But bring your family out. Adopt a team if you want to. Be sure and, of course, root for Berea. But if there's a team you like, adopt them. Come on out. They'd love to have fans. So it's a great thing for the entire family. I know my little boy is dying to come.
Yeah.
He's wants me to pick him up from school immediately so he can come over. But it's a great thing for the whole family.
We got girls' games start on Wednesday, all day Wednesday. Boys' games on Thursday, and there's pretty much basketball 24/7 almost for 3 straight
First
days.
game starts at 8:30 in the morning. Last game is at 9:30.
Wow.
So will you be there all day, every day,
We will
pretty
be
much?
there all day,
Wow.
every day. The tourism department, Chamber of Commerce, Parks Department, all the EKU folks, we're pretty much there all day helping out with it.
And it takes a lot of volunteers.
That's what I was
a
gonna
lot
say,
of
yeah.
food. You guys feed the referees. I'm not
We-
so sure about the
we-
cheerleaders anymore, but it's,
we
the
feed
coaches.
about 175 people each time.
Each day?
Yes, and
Oh,
we
wow.
do that twice a day, and then we have like a lighter breakfast. But we have wonderful people. The Lions Club volunteers every year. They help with ushering. The Chamber of Commerce has a really great discount card that it's going to be at their information tent, so people can come up and get information and discounts about Richmond. And then you have people that have to serve the food in the hospitality rooms, and then all of our policemen and firemen, and they're all up there. So
I mean, literally everybody will be impacted, even if you're just driving downtown. Traffic's going to be a little bit busier
will
this
be,
time.
especially on the
so there's
bypass.
always something that is going to be affecting everybody here in town. So keep that in mind. Be safe when you're out on the roads, and keep in mind that it's going to take you a little bit longer to
Yeah.
get to your areas, but. So much
Wednesday and Thursday.
of
They will start to
positivity
dwindle,
things that'll be
right?
going. Yeah, exactly.
As the teams
So-
lose, they will go home, so
Yeah.
it will start to
And I
dwindle
tell
down by the
everybody,
weekend.
this is a great week for you to be a Richmond ambassador.
Yeah.
wherever you're out, even if you're at the gas station.
Getting gas,
You may see somebody that's got a question about where to eat or where to go, but this is just a great time for all of us to be ambassadors. And we talked about, too, this is the best example of a town and gown partnership that we do with the university.
Yeah.
It's the one time of year that we're all one big happy family, and there's really no difference between anybody, and I think it's a great thing that we all do together. And Saturday night, we will be introducing 15 scholarship recipients that will be coming to Eastern Kentucky University.
Wow.
So the mayor and the president are both going to be there and kind of give them a little token and welcome to the city and the university, which I think that'll be pretty neat.
I guess I'm thinking, will that be Mayor Blythe's first
Yes,
official
it will.
That's
event?
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting out in the public.
Well, I guess the official event was today for Martin Luther King Day.
Oh,
but
true.
this will be
Okay,
his
okay.
first sports
There you
official
go,
Sports
yeah.
event
Yeah.
in
Well-
front of a large group of people.
Definitely.
One more question before we let you go and to wrap up the show. Talk about just the, I guess the teams that are coming in. Some of the schools. I know we got people coming from Western Kentucky all the way up here. Some that are right in our backyard, like Berea. So talk about just the different schools that are coming in.
You have 32 teams, 16 girls, 16 boys from all of the small 1A schools in Kentucky, and that's a high school that has 400 or less in their top 3 grades. And we hope that these people absolutely fall in love with Eastern and the city of Richmond. A lot of them, this may be their first time visiting Richmond, and that is the big hope for us, is that they love the campus of Eastern, fall in love with everything, and definitely want to send their kids here and come back.
And go to school at EKU.
I actually got to play in this tournament. When I was in high school, I played at Jackson City, a smaller school, kind of like Berea. I was just telling the girls that. And some of the biggest games of my high school career were in the All-A Classic. You know, my junior year, we played against Lee County, and everybody was building it up. The winner of that game was going to go play. Lee County beat us. They came down here and played in the tournament. You know, teams like Buckhorn up there and Lee County, and a lot of the Eastern Kentucky teams are Class A schools because there's, you know, the population is much smaller.
Painesville, not Central, and then of course you've got Kentucky Country Day.
Yeah, Wolf County from the girls' side's coming up. So
how cool is it that some of these teams, this might be one of the biggest arenas they've played in. You know, other than maybe a state
just to play on that
tournament
floor is kind of cool.
Yeah, just to be there.
And honestly, if you're a smaller school, you may not have a chance to play at Rupp Arena, but this is your chance to play. This is an actual state tournament. I mean, you have a chance to win a state championship. That's very cool.
And I think just the All-A Classic board, they started this 38 years ago, and they're all volunteers. They're all people that just absolutely love kids. And it's a wonderful organization of men and women that really care about the youth, and they spend a lot of time for free just to do this for the kids, which is wonderful. Stan Steidel, if you probably get a chance to interview him, wonderful man.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
I got to interview him, I guess, a year and a half ago, right when they announced it, and that it was coming back to Richmond and Madison County. So, a very nice guy. We're very happy that he's here, and that, you know, we're going to have it for how many more years?
We will. Our contract is for another year, and then fingers crossed, and we're pretty sure that we're going to be able to re-sign another contract. But those folks with the All-A board, there's a couple of ladies on the board, and they make sure to shop twine every time that they're here. So
perfect.
They love everything about Richmond.
That's fantastic. That's what we want, right?
That's right.
That's what we want.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Lori, for coming on and keeping us updated about the All-A Classic.
We know she is extremely busy right now and getting it all prepared for Wednesday. So,
before we go off the air, guys, we do have to crown our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week. We'll have Austin pull that up for us. King Brothers Used Cars, located in Winchester. Don't forget, when that tax return comes in, take it to King Brothers and get a nice new-to-you vehicle courtesy of King Brothers Used Cars. Check out their entire inventory at kingbrotherscars.com. Our Player of the Week this week.
It could be a lot of people.
A lot of people,
It
yeah.
really
We could,
could
you know,
be.
Joe Benton of Vestal County had a tremendous week last week. Averaged 30 points per game last week in 3 games. He had 30 against Breathitt County on Saturday. The night before, put up 38 in a big district win versus Lee County, and had 22 in the game on Tuesday versus Montgomery County.
And the Powell County game.
Had a game, I guess, Powell County too,
fantastic.
And he scored his 1,000th point the week before, so a very busy week for Joe Benton as he puts up 30 points per game on an average last week, and he is our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week. For all of our guests, Lori coming on with us as well. Lori Tatum, am I saying that right? There
You're saying it right. She's the executive. We didn't say it earlier, but we figured everybody knows. But she's the executive director of Richmond Tourism.
That sounds important.
She
That sounds
is.
important, yeah.
She is much more
Samantha
so
and
than
I
you
are the host of the sports show, not as important. So
I like to just say I'm the director of fun.
I like that.
Better,
Yeah,
you know?
I like that
Fun
idea.
for
It's
the
the
city of
truth.
Richmond.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
She's bringing the fun to
for,
Richmond.
For the Berea Lady Pirates for coming on the show as well, Maddie Stepp, Adrian Beggs, and Coach Stepp, and a big week for them as well. So good luck to the Lady Pirates at Berea in the All-A Classic.
Yep.
Don't forget, folks, the All-A Classic begins
crossed.
on Wednesday. We'll have you covered on all the stations of volume for broadcasting, WEKY and WKXO, for every single game of the All-A Classic, and myself and Alan Cutler will have the championship games on WBONTV.com. For our producer, Austin Hanks, she's Samantha Burford, I'm Michael Watkins. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching the Wallingford Sports Show.